looks like we are now entering in to the first game. Also, I think so with 8 players, this is about to get super crazy. I already have seen Turnip and Cookie placing their TCs rather close to each other. I'm not sure if they see each other or really what the plan was. They definitely don't see each other, but both of them are trying to be a little bit more isolated on the bottom corner of the map. Hi, little core. And I also see the western corner being taken over by Disco King playing as China. The center of the map is taken over by Ralph playing as the Abbasid Dynasty, getting really close to that sacred site. I don't know if that's strategy or he saw the gold and was like, I'm going for it. The eastern corner-ish is being taken over by Super Oxide, also playing as the HRE. Other players still scattered around, looking for the best place to lay down their first TC. I don't see, oh, let's see. Mark 2.0 is also laying down a lumber camp. I don't see his TC though, so I'm not sure if he's just randomly doing that or that's where his closest player was. And it looks like ZYX, I don't know, is it P4 Patty? Is that how you say his name? Seems to have captured the eastern corner. I'd like to see some allyship happening pretty soon. I do have the chat open, so it looks like people are starting to get closer to each other, and we'll be able to see if they team up. Also, I don't know where my game sound is. Like, my game sound is just... Oh, there it goes. There it is. There's my game sound. All right. Patty. It's Patty. All right. So Patty in the orange. I think we are missing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's Mark 2.0? He still hasn't placed down his TC and it's 2 minutes and 42 seconds in. I think he's getting ready right here in between two of these wood patches, which is smart. As an English player, you know, you want to be in between those two, as much wood as you can. But I expect this. He doesn't have any access to goal. Well, he does over here, but he's got to get up in the next 2 minutes. Otherwise, that's not going to be looking good for him. Definitely not looking good for him. I will say he seems to have the most space up on the corner, but you know who's gonna boom is Disco King. Disco King is at a huge advantage right now. The only thing is if Patty actually locates him down here. Oh my gosh, wait, Patty's villager is stuck. That's why he's up here. Yeah, but this is not good. Letting China boom over here is just not going to be advantageous for anybody who's playing this game. Ralph playing Abbasid with his landmarks in the center is brave. I think that's brave as well. This is playing a very interesting game. We have 1 minute till the treaty ends. I should be able to see friendships blooming in a couple minutes. That's where it should be coming up in the next minute. I'm expecting at least Patty and Super Oxide in Mark 2.0 to be friendly-ish, and hopefully I'm assuming Turnip and Cookie are also going to be friendly-ish down here. I don't know if they've truly spotted each other. Yeah, I think he has, because let's see, Turnip definitely sees him or has spotted his farms. And I want to see a lot of friendships. All right, 2 seconds, 1 second to go. All right, treaty has ended. Time for bloodshed. We should see the numbers on the right side of the screen starting to change, or the left side of the screen starting to change as people become friendly or not friendly. So Turnip is now friendly towards himself, towards certain people. I don't see true friendship yet. Maybe they're gonna stay enemies. Okay, so Disco King is teamed up with Turnip. They're all the way across the map from each other, but somehow they have decided to become friends. So their like numbers are matching right here. I don't know if anyone has truly otherwise become true friends. There's definitely some drama going on in the chat for the future, so. You can only make farms in this game, which is why it's called Only Farms. That's why they have to transition to farms immediately. So Cookie is now friendly towards Turnip. I don't know if Turnip is actually going to be friendly towards, maybe they're friendly towards each other. I don't know. If you are allied, you do not share vision. Teams do not share vision anyway. So you're still blind only to who you can reveal. So like if I reveal Turnip's map, he's only been able to spot out Cookie right now. He hasn't even found his ally, who is Disco King. This is why it makes it a little bit more interesting. I'm not sure if Disco King's even going to be able to Barbican rush anyone, or actually Ralph is like somehow secretly safe because he is in the center, and I think people scout that later. Why does Turnip always spawn literally right next to someone in every game? I don't know. All right, Cookie can go up to the first stage. He does have a villager just randomly placed here. We do see Patty getting a little bit of arrows shot out onto Raka, so I know at least they're not teamed up. Raka's not looking too good either because he's in between two other players. Turnip does not have access. Well, yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I think his villa's stuck up there too. So a couple of the villagers have gotten stuck up onto the cliff. So that's also why. Disco King is sure winner. Seen his gameplay with China. He's like a madman. I agree. This will be really interesting. There's no Barbican pushes currently, as we only have one Chinese player. Remember, even if you want to do a tower rush, there has to be 9 tiles in diameter around each tower before you can place the next one. So it looks like Patty has become hostile towards Cookie, since I'm selected on Cookie. So that's also a thing. I think a lot of people are going teamless. Super Oxide and Patty are now friendly. Patty's also friendly towards Cookie, but Cookie is not friendly towards Patty. That's really interesting. But Super Oxide and Patty have become friends. This is a large map. We're only playing on large maps. More farms coming out. Really good placement of the chapel. He'll be able to surround it on all sides with a farm, so he is going to get this inspiration. Is it called inspiration with HRE? Cookie has gone up. Disco King has gone up. Mark 2.0 is, and Raka and Patty are the last 3 to go up. Both HRE players, though, I didn't realize are next to each other, so this might just be a Holy Roman Empire actually in the corner. That'll be really, really fun. I also see Mark 2.0 not going up yet. He's still, let me change it to current resources so you guys can see. I don't know if he'll be able to go up anytime soon. Raka should be able to not go up anytime soon as well. Must be a delay on the gold, but also no rush. I feel like with English, you know, they're taking their time. Oh, he's going up with the Abbey of the Kings. Turnip is now hostile towards Mark 2.0. That's what I know. From who I'm clicked on, I can see forces are under attack. Oh, a little bit of night raiding already coming out from Turnip. I expected Turnip, who has been practicing playing as French, to do a lot of this night raiding. One scout also being attacked, Cookie's scout being attacked by Mark 2.0. Mark 2.0 doesn't have any allies, it looks like, in the area. This is a little very close for comfort. I don't think they're actually attacking each other right now, so they might just be neutral. Patty has reached the feudal age with his Arkan Chapel. Sniper is not playing. He's working on the back end, if you guys were curious. This is the middle of the map seems to be rather quiet. Second TC coming down for Ralph. There is a Barbican push. I wouldn't say rush from Disco King. So let's check on Disco King. Disco King's doing really well as China. He's going up to the Song Dynasty. Ralph also has quite a bit of food in the bank. Thank you for the hydrate chicken tender. I don't know who... Also Mark 2.0 is walling up, so maybe he's not going to be doing any longbow rushing. Raka has also reached the feudal age, so all players have reached the feudal age. We should see military coming out onto the map. Turnip definitely has the advantage here because he has a pretty strong group of knights out there. I would expect Cookie to also have a group of knights running around, but they're just kind of keeping in their base. He's making a very dense base. Cookie has 2 TCs right next to each other, so that's a pretty good, interesting placement in my opinion, but also I can understand not wanting to go too exposed on the backside of his base. Double TC boom. I think Turnip will probably... Turnip's not gathering any stone right now. I don't know if he's going fast castle. Ooh, a group of men-at-arms and 1 villager making their way across the map. It looks like Cookie's trying to protect his 1 villager with a tower or get some type of vision. Raka walking by with his scout. Ooh. And we see a little bit of attack from Super Oxide on the 1 villager of Cookie. It looks like Raka has also spotted out Ralph. Yeah, so he's only really seen Ralph's space, a little bit of Cookie's 1 tower, and then no one else so far. Raka has a lot of scouting. I don't know. Maybe does it disappear after a while? No, he just has a lot of scouting to do. Patty has now reached the castle age. That's the HRE boom that I was expecting to see. Both HRE players are up to the castle age. I'm assuming, let's see, Raka can't go up soon. I mean, I would think Disco King's gonna also go up to a castle rather quickly. But this Barbican is providing him a lot of vision. I don't think he has a second TC as well here. A little bit of Scout Cookie finding his way across the map, locating locating Ralph. Ralph is starting to place down military buildings as well. Ooh, Great Wall of China coming down from Disco King. I think Disco King's really gonna try to secure up this corner. Patty's 1 vill is just like, let me out, let me out. Not gonna be making it all the way out right now. I want to see military for the players. There hasn't been a lot of military action right now, so we're kind of just building res. I feel like with these free-for-alls, a lot of the times people go fast castle or fast imp before they start heading out onto the map. And this is, oh, turnip spots the wall. Is he gonna turn around? Oh wait, no, they were teamed up, so I think they're still teamed up right now. Let's see. Yeah, Disco King and Turnip are still friendly towards each other, so that's why that's going on. Raka has a few millet spearmen just preventatively. I think Cookie too. I would expect Cookie to start sending out some. Oh, he does. There it is. Like I asked, I was like, I'm expecting him to throw out a grouping of knights. He hasn't like really found that many people yet, so I think his knights are doing a bit of scouting as well. This map is really big for a lot of the players, especially if you don't share vision with your teammates. We do have a Regnant's Cathedral coming down from Patty, but he doesn't have a lot of relics nearby. The closest relic I think is up here or down here. There's a couple more. There's actually quite a bit of relics kind of favoring the left side of the map. Yeah, both vills. Also, Turnip has his guild hall being placed down up on the very safe hill. So even though his Vil is stranded up there, he does have an advantage because he can protect his landmark by being up here. Oh, a little bit of raiding coming in from Patty, pushing Cookie off this random gold. I feel like Cookie didn't bring back a lot of his Vils that were kind of stranded, so there's quite a bit of Vils just running around. Ooh. Cookie. Oh, did you see this prelate just hide? He just like ducked into the tree. Okay, so it looks like Raka and Super Oxide might be teamed up because there's no action really happening right there. That prelate's life totally got saved. Knight's trying to do a little bit of raiding on Mark 2.0. Cookie doing his best. Cookie cannot see Turnip Guild Hall, by the way. Yeah, he can't. So let me see. If you guys look, he has to get a scout up here or a tower to be able to reveal that. Cookie can also go up to the next age. Let's get on Mark 2.0 right now. So Mark 2.0, I think it was yesterday, played in a practice. It did not end up going very well for him. Cookie's Knights probably gonna stop and heal up if Cookie has, let's see, does Cookie have? He does have his chivalry, so these knights are gonna be able to pause and heal up. Oh wow, they're just going up here to hide out. Maybe he doesn't have a chivalry. No, he should. I don't see any. Oh, it's weird. Oh, it's because I'm not on him. I don't see the plus signs. There we go. And ooh, Raka has a very long palisade wall coming up. He's trying to define his territory. Slowly but surely, Disco King is also walling up on the western. I always want to say southern, western side of the map. I expect this HRE thing to be rather strong since both players are in the Imperial Age. If you guys see it go up, also Turnip is in the Imperial Age. He placed his red palace down, which is a pretty good placement. Turnip is now hostile, friendly towards Cookie. So remember, guys, I will reveal who the secret players are in a bit. But they're trying to get their 2-point bonus here. So that is ideal. No one has drawn first blood yet. I do see Raka trying to spread himself out across the map, trying to play it, I guess, a little bit safe. He's building a monastery out here. Probably going to try to... I don't know what he's going to do with the monastery, considering there are no more relics over here. Oh, maybe he thought... Oh, that relic was taken earlier. Oh my gosh, there's a trail of prelates here. Just trying to get the relics. So this prelate is very lucky. Super Oxide's prelate is lucky. There's only one relic in the Regnitz Cathedral for Patty, and then I think, oh wow, he's got two already. So Super Oxide should share with his teammate, but I don't know if he'll share. Wow, a really strong base at the center of the map for Ralph. He is looking really strong, has a pretty good income as well. Cookie just aging, looks like he's just aging up. Also, Ralph aging up. Mark 2.0 is still in the feudal age. I don't know. It looks like he's trying to save up to, or not feudal, yeah, to get up to castle. So, that raid might have hurt him a bit, or if he's trying to play defensively. Cookie is building a forward base right here, probably going to be causing a little bit of pain to Mark 2.0. Wow. A lot of keeps coming down for Ralph. Ralph is slowly encroaching towards Disco King. I don't know what this scout and prelate are doing. They're just like having a casual conversation out on the middle of the map, just being like, hey guys, there's no action yet. We're waiting for it. We're here for it. I really think Cookie should be able to, Cookie and Ralph both reach the Imperial Age. There's 3 players behind in terms of aging up, which is Mark 2.0, Raka, and Disco King. Disco King, though, is playing as China. He seems more focused on securing his land around his base. So he'll probably, once he has that secured, be able to safely place multiple landmarks. There is one Treb coming out from Disco King. I think he's prepping to kind of do some damage towards Ralph, since now Ralph and Disco King have met in the middle. Raka's just like, here, look at my palisade walls. He's trying to take the top corner and like this bottom middle area. A pretty big amount of military coming out from Raka as well. He seems to be gearing up. Let's see what else is going on. I feel like right now Night Raid coming in from Patty onto Cookie's forward base. This white tower was a really good placement for Mark 2.0, since Mark 2.0 really needed some defense. Prelate coming through. Oh, I think these knights are here to protect this prelate. Prelate finally grabbing a second relic. That should really up the gold income for Patty. I don't see any like other damage really coming in. I think, where did those, I feel like people are just holding their military close to their hearts right now. Ooh, trade's about to get started for Turnip. And here we go. HRE finally making a push on Mark 2.0. Super Oxide really starting to do some work. Ooh, these trubs are just like, no houses for you, sir. We need some Springald's out for Mark 2.0. He's trying to build a gate so he can get his military out. but they have access to a lot of this area. So Mark 2.0 has a military of 27 right now. He's pop capped at 70 because of the destroying of the houses. And it looks like Super Oxide has a military up front of 70. So definitely like double the amount. I love how this breaks and the chimney is still up. Yeah, this is not looking good for Mark 2.0. He's trying to recover and build houses on the southern side of his base, but otherwise he's just a lot lower on eco than Super Oxide. Super Oxide has a military of 84, eco of 105. The eco for Mark 2.0 is literally half that of Super Oxide's. For Mark's main TC is getting definitely hit by and there's bombards ready to oh gosh, these guys just like marching over the hill trying to do some work, trying to be sneaky, sneak up. These men-at-arms are way too strong for Mark 2.0's men-at-arms right now. He's at age 3. His blacksmith, he's still missing several of the upgrades for his men-at-arms. I don't think yeah, he's missing his armor clad. So the HRE men-at-arms are just going to be able to take down a lot of his military. He has several crossbowmen out, but it's not enough. His military mass is way too small. I feel like Super Oxide may be able to draw first blood here. Cookie's just chilling too, so I don't think he's teamed up with him or going to help. Bombards making their way in towards the base. Yeah. Here they come. This is just not looking pretty for Super Oxide. I see Turnips Knights making their way across the map. I don't think they're teamed up. I mean, he might be teamed up with Rock right now, which is why he's just chilling. Oh, wow. Cookie making his way over, trying to also help out and landmark snipe the Council Hall. Disco King has finally reached the Imperial A, so Raka is the last one to reach. The only thing is, oh my gosh, wait, Cookie and Super Oxide are not teamed up, so Super Oxide is killing the Knights of Cookie. If Cookie takes down this Council Hall, that's gonna be a shared win between them. There's gonna be no first blood bonus. Sad for Mark. Oh yeah, also these two bombards are gonna be taking out that first, that white tower. So it looks like it's a combo between Super Oxide and Cookie taking out the Council Hall. Mark is about to be taken out at the hands of Cookie and Super Oxide. And there it goes. Mark is our first eliminated player. And it looks like there's going to be a little bit of a battle between Super Oxide and Cookie because they are not allied towards each other. I don't know what Turnips Knights think they're doing, but they're trying to come in through the south side and at least help somewhat. I don't know if he's raiding with these, but it looks like Turnip and Cookie are still paired up. Super Oxide trying to get one hit at least on to this knight. He just has this one guy following, trying to take out this bombard. Actually, if they're not careful, that bombard's gonna go down. Ralph's spreading out a little bit farther, it looks like. Oh, wow! Super Oxide just pulling all his vills over here and taking out all the siege. Both players will get 2 points, so Super Oxide and Cookie will share 2 points.
Bereit für die nächste Aufgabe.
Ralph is still holding up in the center. trying to do his best to defend. I think Disco King is gonna start making a push. He has his stone wall, another gate coming in. Monastery, he's also gathered 2 relics. He has his Great Wall Gatehouse on the south side of his base. He's just booming. He's ready to go. It looks like also Patty'sville is Patty'sville is still going. He's still alive. Oh, she deleted that. I don't know where she's going. Oh no. I don't know what she's doing. She's just stuck up there though. She's trying to, I don't know if she's trying to make an escape or just survive this long. There's a lot of intermingling between players right now. Raka has his own little kingdom up. He has 2 kingdoms. He's spread all the way across the map. So I don't know if this is a good strat or a bad strat. He's also pop capped, so most of his military is just hanging out on his southern base. Okay, and also Turnip is either neutral or teamed up with Raka because his traders are allowed to go through here. Ooh, and we see a push from Super Oxide onto Ralph's base. Ralph is also pop capped. He doesn't have, let's see, his military is at 98, so they're making their way over to defend. These men-at-arms, though, I don't think they're gonna be... Actually, it might be upgraded more than the men-at-arms of Super Oxide for Ralph. This forward base that keeps going up too is just really on the front doorstep of Ralph. I don't know if Ralph has the upper hand. He's getting attacked from the southern side too by Disco King. There's a Ralph sandwich right here. The risk of placing everything at the center of the map holds true. That risk is very, very strong. He's trying to do a really strong front here, but these bombards are going to make quick work of probably both TCs. Super Oxide sending out more military, it looks like, from his forward base. I don't think Ralph's military is dwindling and split in half. I think if he had most of his military on one side, he'd be able to survive. But right now, it's not looking good for him since Disco King is pushing from the other side as well. Wow. Yeah, they're just being taken out as they come through. At least the bombard was taken out by the culverin that he does have, but otherwise, I think, ooh, Ralph actually might be okay if he gets these 2 trebs down. Ralph, though, let's see, he has... I don't think he has as many military buildings as Super Oxide. Ooh. And his spearmen are going to be going down. All of his military on the south side are going to be going down at the hands of Disco King. Super Oxide still continuing to push. He has another trebuchet ready to go. He's starting to build more siege workshops, so I'll expect some more bombards out here shortly. Hopefully Ralph will have another culverin by then and be able to defend. It's just really hard for him to be on both fronts right now, sending military to both sides, trying to split it equally. It was a super bold move, I agree, to be in the center and have no walls. It's just an easy target practice for a lot of the players. He's pushing down his military down to the south side. Second TC is going down. I think he has a third TC somewhere, if I wasn't mistaken, or actually maybe only 2. His main TC is up on this hill. Turnip just standing here. I don't think he is. Yeah, Turnip just standing there. I think he was trying to help. He is teamed up with Disco King, so I think he was trying to do a little bit of protection for his teammate. He has one culverin. I think he's gonna try to get off a Wololo here. I don't know if that'll be able to get off because he has some ranged units. Yeah, Wololo not gonna be able to go off. He's just gonna lose that gold income. Relic just chilling there. Cookie making, or not Cookie, Super Oxide making a second push from the other side of Ralph's space. Tribe's gonna be taking out this keep probably with just a couple hits. Yeah, they're just gonna have to throw 3. Oh, it looks like Disco King has stolen the relic too from Ralph. There's a second relic there just waiting to be picked up. Super Oxides, Treb. Oh, this culvert isn't active. Super Oxide Treb going to be taking out several of the military production buildings of Ralph. Yeah, this is not looking good for Ralph. Ralph is just getting squeezed from both sides. Not helpful, whatever. But it looks like Turnip also has most of the sacred sites, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, but they're are they teamed up? No, they're not teamed up. I actually don't know how the sacred sites are like. Ooh, sacred site being neutralized. Oh no. So it must have been Ralph and Turnip were teamed up at some point. Yeah. Super Oxide and Disco King are probably going to be able to take out most of Ralph's space now. Ralph is down to a military of 3, eco of 64. He's not going to be able to recover from this. He has enough wood in the bank to do some reparation, but not enough wood income to do anything significant. Even though this is super tanky and super strong, House of Wisdom is probably going to be going down. Sad, sad day for Ralph. Ooh. Wait. I don't know who's... Oh! It looks like Patty is also taking out Turnip's trade route. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, Rocka getting into the action? I don't know if he was getting into the action or if he's just running around. I don't know. Ralph has been conquered by Super Oxide and Disco King. I don't know if Cookie and him got in on the action very late. You cannot get a team win on sacred sites. I think Disco King got some hits on the main TC. Those points, based on what I saw and who did the most damage, like, you can't just come in like 1 second and do 1 hit on the landmark and get points from that. So I would say that death was definitely between Super Oxide and Disco King. So 2 points for Super Oxide, 2 points for Disco King, because his trebs did hit this main TC, so. Ooh, I do hear some castles going off. Disco King's going back into his hole. Super Oxide is doing really well in terms of resources. Turnip, I don't know if he's gonna play. He's just letting his military come through, or his trade come through. I don't know if Patty is still gonna start attacking this. No, Patty's letting him just chill. So Stolen Turnip and Super Oxide are teamed up with each other, or at least neutral towards each other. I think there's a lot of neutrality on the map, which is why it's very, very, very quiet. We do see Cookie did try to defend or wall up around here. Stolen Turnip has a military of 46, not super, super strong. I would expect one of these teams to start going in right now. Patty's making his way down towards, I don't know, the southern side? No, yeah, no team victories, guys. I don't know. Super Oxide is in Raka's base. I think they're like, okay, so let's see. The teams have changed right now. So this is the change. Turnip, Cookie, and Disco King are now all on team 8. Patty and Super Oxide are still teamed up against each other. Raka seems to be teamed up with multiple people. That's why he has a flag right now. Ooh. A little bit of keep action coming down on Raka's tower. Raka's also has been infiltrated by Super Oxide. So I think Super Oxide is now, he was probably hostile the entire time, but I don't think Raka is hostile towards Super Oxide, which is why there isn't any battles happening in that area. Oh wow, Raka has turned on Turnip, killed the trade. Turnip coming in from the south side on Raka's base with a lot of bombards. Let's see, he's got 8 cannons. I don't know what he's doing. Raka's just letting that go. He's just like, kill me, kill me. Oh wow, oh wow. Let's see. That's mostly Raka's military is going to be taken down by Turnip. Turnip has several bombards. Let's see. More bombards coming out from Raka, but I don't think it's going to be enough at this point. He didn't get his wall up in time. Turnip's just spawning more and more teammates. Jeez. I don't know if Raka's gonna really be able to go. Oh wow, Cookie coming either to the rescue. No, Cookie also getting in on the damage. So it looks like both Cookie and Turnip are trying to take out Raka. They are teamed up, so I would expect that to be a team effort here. They have to take down Abbey of the Kings, but I don't know. Super Oxide does know that Raka has his second base up top, so I don't know if he's worried or not. Most of his landmarks are going to be going down at the hands of Cookie and Turnip, but they have to make sure that they spot out the northern side of the map, which they haven't. Yeah, neither Cookie or Turnip has seen the rest of Raka's bases. That's not looking good for their success. But also with Raka, like a lot of his, let's see like where he's at right now. So the thing is, even if he doesn't go down, he'll be able to outlast, but his eco's still at, I don't know, his eco's still at 70. So it looks like most of his vills are actually up north. He might just be able to let this go. He only has 7 idle villagers. He's down. The thing that's going to hurt the most is that he's losing a lot of his houses. Yeah, they're just wiping out his second base right now. So I think Turnip has gotten most of the sacred sites. Or, oh wait, why is it, or is it Raka's? It's, no, I think it's Turnip's because it's purple. Yeah. It's weird reading these on a free-for-all map. They all look funny. Okay, so Cookie also continuing to take down more villagers of Raka. Raka's just not looking too hot. Super Oxide spreading farther across the map. I think Raka is neutral towards Super Oxide right now or something because... Oh, he did take this down. Nope, they're not neutral towards each other. Super Oxide has spotted him, so I think he's going to make a military push on Raka's second base up here. If Raka is destroyed by Super Oxide up here on the northern side and Turnip and Cookie don't come help, like, they'll have to split the points 3 ways. It says Turnip under it. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, they're gonna try to take out these vills or what? Oh yeah. So Raka seems to have made enemies with pretty much everyone. No, he's still neutral. He's still neutral though towards Patty because Patty is able to go out of his walls. So they're just neutral towards each other. Okay, Oxide needs to push right now because Raka is low on military. Also, most of his military is over here. Cookie's trying, they're all trying to find that last landmark right now. Disco King continuing to boom in the corner. I want to see Disco King has a lot of military too. Oh, there they go. They're making their way out. He is teamed up with Turnip though, so no damage being done for Turnip. Turnip's just trying to survive as best he can. He's basically taken over the whole map. Cookie has walled off his... This is funny. Turnip's scout is stuck in there. These are the teams, guys. So if you're trying to curious to figure out who's allied with each other, there is a really big team between Cookie, Disco, and Turnip, and then Oxide and Patty are together. So both the HRE teams. It looks like everyone is now. Raka is now neutral towards Disco King though. I don't know if that's like a plea for help. All right, there it is. This is what I was waiting for. Super Oxide is finally making his way into the battlefield against Raka. I expect Super Oxide to be able to take down most of the military of Raka because Raka doesn't have a good recovery time right now. He lost a lot of vills earlier. He only has a military of 40 or so. They're trying to spawn out as fast as they can, but there's not going to be any... There's going to be a lot of damage done by Super Oxide, especially since he hasn't been able to rebuild either of his landmarks down on the south side. Oh, he's trying to. He's trying to get this up. I don't know if he's going to make it. If he gets it up... No. Let's see. Let's see what Super Oxide sees. Super Oxide has definitely spotted the last landmark. It's going to be a race between the villagers down south if they can get up this Abbey of the Kings, but I doubt it before the Wingard Palace goes down. They got to take this down first. If they take it down, Raka will be fully destroyed by Super Oxide, Cookie, and Turnip. And Raka has been destroyed. Conquered. That's the word. Conquered. So points will be split between Super Oxide, Turnip, and Cookie, since Cookie and Turnip took down the south side. Ooh, a little bit of head-to-head right now. Turnip just like trying to get out of the way. Oh no, Turnip's going in. Okay, so Turnip and Cookie are taking out Patty. All these bombards taking out all of Patty's military. Most of Turnip's military went down too. Cookie kind of has the strongest angle right now. He's marching in towards Patty's base. I wonder, so the only issue is now his ally, Super Oxide, is all the way up at the top of the map, so he's got a while to make his way back down. I don't think Patty has, let's see, Patty is at a military of 51, where Cookie is at a military of 95. He's really going to be able to push in and do some damage. I feel like Turnip is just trading right now and doesn't want to lose his trade advantage. We can see this huge blue blob of Super Oxide making his way down towards his teammate. But otherwise, I don't think things are looking that great for Patty. Patty's going to have to do a lot of defense, but he doesn't have the military to back it up. He is totally low in terms of defense right now. He's got a lot of military production buildings and a lot of gold in the bank, but I don't know where his military production is going. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. I was waiting for that. At least he's got several culverins to take out these bombards, and he has vills ready to heal. Ooh. They are not healing, though. They're not healing. Oh, no. They're just standing there. They're not doing anything. Lazy villagers. Oh, no. He has elite horsemen also coming out, which I don't know. I think that's to take out the bombards and a lot of men at arms. Patty, though, is slowly, he has a lot of resources, so he's going to be able to build up here, but he has to do it fast. Otherwise, Cookie's just going to be spawning more and more military at the same amount of time. Here they come. Yeah, just a stream of knights coming in from Cookie. I don't know if he knows where the landmarks are, but the main TC is here. Akin Chapel is there. Regnant's Cathedral in the corner, and it looks like he also has his Palace of Swabia kind of walled up for extra protection, which doesn't matter if the teammate has bombards. This is I love to watch the trails across the map. This looks like utter chaos. You see Cookie's trail just like doo-doo-doo. Here I come. Turnip not. Oh, wow. Disco King also has made his way into Patty's base, coming to the aid of his teammate, since Turnip is nowhere to be found. This is good, though. It'll give, like, having two key team players, like, now he's seen his main, his next landmark. At least Disco King has seen it, so he can be able to ping. Oops, not Ralph. Ooh, things not looking good. Military down to the 20s now for Patty. Patty is just trying to survive, trying to spam as many horsemen as he can to probably come out here and take out these siege buildings. I love how Turnip has, like, here, I'm gonna help, has one bombard. Most of the work being done by Super Oxide, by Disco King and Patty. Super Oxide, I don't know where Super Oxide is. I thought he was sending his military down to help, but oh, there it is. His military is trying to come to the rescue of his ally, but I don't think it's gonna be in time. He has a military of 96. Oh, I don't know where the military is. Either way, Cookie has started to build a proxy base inside of Patty's land. Some Rebaldequins. I feel like Turnip really likes these Rebaldequins. Patty is dwindling. I can see on the chat from earlier, Super Oxide asks Patty, you good? And he's like, nope. Woo, this is awesome. I don't think they've noticed, though. They have to work their way across the entire base. They haven't found the Regnant's Cathedral. I would like to hand it to Patty for really good landmark placement. He placed everything in secure spaces, but still within his base, so he can try to defend as best as he can. He is pushing back. Super Oxide did try to help a little bit, but Not too much, I think, but Super Oxide helped just enough to give, I think, Patty a chance to recover a little bit. These Rebaldequins are just like, no sir, no sir. Oh wait, they turned around. Oh god, stop, stop. They're just like turning around and backing up. I think Patty really needs another Culverin to come through. Patty also, wait, is his Bill still alive? His Bill is still alive. If anything Patty has achieved, it's this villager status. That Bill is just never died. Blue is hitting green at the western front. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, where is Super Oxide's military? And it's down here. He's trying to go in on Disco King while Disco King is distracted by Patty. So most of the military for Disco King is coming up to the center area. I don't know if he's noticed the military of Super Oxide at his front doorstep. Just... He's taking out everything as it comes out of the gate. So I'm not sure if he's noticed, because I don't know if he's noticed quite yet. He hasn't turned around. Pretty good hit off the mangonel onto Patty's military. Super Oxide still trying to send in horses and cav to do a little bit of defense, at least pushing Cookie back. Cookie is stuck here. I don't think either player, though, between Turnip, Cookie, or Disco King, have noticed either two landmarks here. So most of the landmarks actually from Patty are still up. Patty's done a really good job of defending. All of these military buildings can easily be rebuilt. He doesn't have a ton of wood, but he has enough to at least do some defense. He is getting pretty low on gold, though. And Patty, as an HRE player, needs that gold to be able to defend strongly. He does have a military LF-74. I feel like Turnip is just sending in, has a military of 26. Really small military for him. Most of his population is in the eco. Super Oxide trying to take out the proxy base of Disco King. Bombards have infiltrated the main base of Disco King. They're alone though, so they're definitely going to be taken down. The horsemen are just like, hey, bye. Nice meeting you, but you're gone. Boop-a-doo. I love how Turnip's like, I'll just take out all of these stables that are not being used. Patty has finally caught up. Oh, whoa. Huge mass from Cookie. 75 horsemen coming through, probably trying to landmark snipe. They're making their way across the field. Oh, they're killing vills and farms. They're really underneath the fire of both keeps though, so Cookie's gonna lose most of his horsemen. They're just not strong enough. If anything though, Cookie, oh wait. Lol. Turnip's like, oh, just kidding. I'm gonna build this keep inside of Patty's base while you're while he's distracted. Why kill vills? HRE can print vills. That's true. I don't see anything coming out of this Palace of Swabia though. So if we look, Patty is now down to an eco of, wow, in the 30s. He hasn't noticed Turnip secretly making a proxy base within his base. So meanwhile, Turnip's like, I'm just gonna do stuff over here, let you kill this, but send one vill to do the dirty work. Actually, is this one vill? No, it's two vills. Two vills to do the dirty work. Keep going up though. There it goes, there it goes. Starts to take out vills. That'll at least notify Patty that there is a keep there, but man, that's not fun. All these farms are now idle. Patty really low on the res. 29 wood. He's building a ram? I think he's building a ram to maybe take out this this keep. Man, Turnip did Patty dirty. Cookie's still having an inflow of horsemen. I think Cookie's trying to be, at least he can only make horsemen right now. He's really low on gold. The only player that has true trade going is Turnip. So no other player, I haven't really seen any big amounts of trades besides from Turnip. I thought Turnip was nice, but he's dirty French trader. Oh, villager going down, but not in time for 2 of the military buildings to be placed. I think this ram's gonna try to clean this up as best as he can. I don't see any emplacements coming in from Turnip. I think this was just a way to like be a little bit cheeky. Oh, Cookie trying to hold off Super Oxide now. Super Oxide trying to help Patty as best as he can, but it doesn't look like there's gonna be any movement on the front lines. But look, speaking of movement, wait, there it is. Okay, I was looking for it. It looks like Disco King is trying to make a push down on this, down towards Turnip, while Turnip's distracted. Turnip's still hanging on to this keep as best as he can. Hold on. This has been going on way too long. I think Super Oxide has finally gotten to a point where he can keep back Cookie. Oh, he's building a keep. Okay, so all of these barracks were placed by Super Oxide but never built. So they're just chilling there as ghosts. Keep being placed by Disco King. He's trying to take out the forward base of Turnip. Wow, a lot of damage being done right here by Disco King. Turnip does not have a military right now. Turnip has a military of 27, and most of them are up in the base of Patty. So Disco King's gonna be able to freely walk into the bases of at least Cookie. Oh no, wait. Turnip is now friendly towards who? Wait. Did he just do that and then like turn friendly again? Oh. Wow. Disco King is able to be friendly with Cookie. He's friendly with Cookie right now. So I think he just like toggled friendly on and off and is now able to walk back through the gates. All landmarks, but still looking strong for Patty. So even though Patty has had quite a bit of a battle at the front line, Super Oxide has come to his rescue and all of his landmarks are still in place. Palace of Swabia, not building anything yet. He doesn't have any. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There's a Q. Q trying to replenish on villagers, trying to recover, probably going to be able to clean up this little bit of a turnip raid, but most of the action seems to be happening. I don't know. I think Disco King is trying to be sneaky. He's going inside of the base of Cookie. Gate locked button is actually useful in this situation. I don't know what Disco King is really doing. There's a little bit of Cookie and Oxide at the front, but I want to wait. There it goes. Disco King is no longer friends with Turnip. He's just gonna landmark snipe Turnip, it looks like. Cookie's just letting it happen too. Okay, so Red Palace is down. His military is being sent over, I don't know where. Oh, it looks like they're trying to burn down this TC. Bombers just making their way, just sniping all that. Okay, the only thing is though, Turnip has a guild hall up on the cliff. So is Turnip really gonna be able to live through this? That's the question. Because I don't think Disco King has noticed that positioning. He's trying to take out all the TCs. Turnip is just making some more hand cannoneers. But they're all coming out on the front line. This is where the military production is going. I don't think he notices, or he's just like, he can't pull back his military this far. So he's really away far from home. Both the cathedrals are probably gonna go down. The cathedral's gonna go down, or monastery's gonna go down. Cookie is just like, okay, I guess that'll do. I should probably be safe. Most of Disco King, man, Disco King really turned on Turnip. I don't think Disco King has to be able to see this landmark though. Like that's the only. Oh wait, let's see. Turnip. Disco King has not spotted that landmark. So even though he's gonna work his way through the base, that's where he actually has to spot what he actually has to spot. Now that Turnip's made his way back down towards the map, Bombard's trying to take out other Bombers, but Disco King is smart and has several Springballs. Those Springballs just need to turn and take out these Bombards. He's letting them die. No. No, no, no. Oh gosh, he let them die to all the Bombards. Okay, these Bombards. Okay, so finally, the last Springald is taking out that Bombard. Another keep in Turnip space is going down. He's gonna lose his advantage. I don't even know what to call it at this point. Turnip really being pushed by Disco King. His ally Cookie is just standing on the sidelines because I think he is also allied with Disco King. A lot of pain here. The only thing is, oh, what? Cookie has turned on Turnip and is taking out, oh my gosh, he's taking out the guild hall. Turnip has been backstabbed by Cookie. Oh, and Turnip goes down at the hands of his previous friend. So that would be shared between Disco King and Cookie, but Cookie would get the bonus, the 2 times bonus. So he's gonna get 4 points for doing that. Oh, and he's turned on Disco King as well. So he's taking out Disco King's military. Wow. We have 4 players left, guys. 4 players left. Cookie is no longer friends with Disco King, so Disco King's kind of on his own now in the back corner. Super Oxide and Patty are teammates right now. Let's see, Patty and Super Oxide. So Patty's almost back up to his population capacity, and it looks like Super Oxide is only at an eco of 70, so he's not quite back up yet. I don't know what he's doing. If he's placing a few towers. Ooh, it looks like. Oh, I didn't notice this. But there was a wonder trying to be built by Turnip. Fake wonder. Yeah, I think Super Oxide and Patty are just gonna have to make their way down towards Cookie right now. I think that's what they're trying to do, be able to take out Cookie. I'm just waiting for this. They're sneaking through. They're waiting for their bombards to come up. All right, when is it gonna happen, guys? When's it gonna happen? We're waiting. Cookie is just chilling. I feel like China is gonna come in towards Cookie right now. Actually, wait. China is trying to take out some bombards. There goes the wall. Here comes the flood of orange. Patty is trying to make his way in. Wait, what's going on? Why is he running back? Oh, he's trying to wait? Oh, I see. He doesn't want to get under the fire of this Red Palace. Red Palace is lacking emplacements. Does not have a spring golem emplacement. Does not have a cannon emplacement. It is a completely naked Red Palace. It has nothing. And it doesn't even have any military buildings around it for the buff. So it's just like a lonely Red Palace. Oh, man. I don't know what this... I think he's trying to take this out. These guys are going to swing around and try to take out the trebuchet. Yeah, trebuchet going down. Red Palace really needs to go down for the rest of the, I guess, military to come through. They're going on a chase, which is silly. They should just turn around. Oh, what is there? Oh, Bombard's also coming out for Cookie. It looks like the enemy is up on the wall. He's trying to bust through on this side, at least to avoid getting under the Red Palace. But really, the Red Palace doesn't have that much going on right now. Oh, very, very sad. It looks like teammates are still trying to protect each other right now. There's not a lot of military units out on the field for Super Oxide. He is trying to send them out, but he has mostly siege right now. He is being raided by Cookie, though. Not very well. Most of Cookie's bombards are stuck here. They're just waiting for... it looks like they're just waiting for Patty to, like, walk by to take them out. If he can get in and burn down all... Oh, no. Oh, no. They got a little too close. Most of the bombards going down. Let's just watch this battle. Lots of... Cookie is trying to do his best to defend, really doing a good job too, because he's got a lot of trebuchets to at least get some really good hits in the distance. Cookie is strong. Cookie is strong. I'm gonna hand it to him. Cookie's very, very strong. Ooh, but on the northern end though, Disco King trying to make a push. I don't know if he... Oh, he's probably trying to take out the trade. He's definitely trying to take out the trade. Is he? Or is he just... He's got grenadiers too. If those grenadiers make their way down, it's not going to be a pretty look for Super Oxide. Super Oxide still trying to push with Patty down towards the south. But Cookie's doing a really good job defending. Super Oxide turning around. Disco King doing a lot of raiding up here. Yeah, Cookie did a lot of defense right here. He also has a little wall over his guild hall, so that's strong. Oh my gosh. I think this... Wait, is that possible? That this caught fire, it just went down by one scout? Jeez. Huge Night Horde from Cookie coming in. He's got a military of 143. Cookie has a very strong-ish eco behind him. He's not training anymore, but Super Oxide is trying to do his best. It looks like most of Super Oxide's military is being spawned towards Disco King, who's coming up on the north side, taking out any of the proxy bases really easily with all the grenadiers. Do you see this action? Super Oxide had to be drawn away from Cookie. Now Cookie has an opening to come through the south side of Patty's base. Patty's also being pushed back, trying to, let's see, not truly pushed back. So Bombard's hanging out here. I don't know where Patty's military is, actually. Does Patty even have a military anymore? Ooh, Patty does not have, he has a small military of 50. A very small military of 50. Disco King slowly making his way down the map. It looks like Super Oxide has a little bit of units there waiting. Oh, Cookie is trying to get a nice landmark snipe in. If he gets through, Patty does not have the military to defend. Super Oxide is being pulled towards the other direction. This is not a big enough military to do anything against these knights. They can simply just run away. They're gonna engulf this group. Yeah, not Patty's entire military is being wiped in this very second. We watched a huge massacre. Military 30, 28, low 20s, down to the teens now. Cookie has full reign and opening for Patty. Patty has not been able to recover. Patty also doesn't have a lot of wood. So if anything starts going down, Cookie's gonna be ready. Let's check up on North. Disco King also pushing in on Super Oxide. Oh gosh. Super Oxide's military being totally eaten up by Disco King. Cookie pushing from the south side. Both HRE players are being attacked. This is not looking good for the team. There was no chance for either betrayal. All these trebs are ready to go. They just need to get a couple hits in on this keep, and Cookie's gonna have free reign in Patty's base. Let's check up north. All right. Grenadiers doing what they do best, raising buildings. There is not a lot of military either. Military of 67 for Super Oxide. Super Oxide also doesn't have anything queued up right now. He has to get them on across the map. Slowly but surely, Cookie is pushing in on Patty. Neither teammate is able to help each other. It's a little quiet right here. Once Disco King pushes through, oh, he should have pushed through right here. I don't know why he didn't. If he just pushes through right here, he can take down this Regnant's Cathedral, and then there's no gold income at all for Super Oxide. Super Oxide has a lot of gold. Patty is down really low on res right now. Ooh, what is this? A scout? A scout? Scouts trying their best to take out the bombards, not going to be strong enough whatsoever. Yeah, like I said, these trebs just able to take out these keeps really easily with just a couple hits. Main TC is right next to it. nests of bees just taking out people randomly. I think Disco King is trying to push in towards Blue's base, but isn't super present. So I think Disco King is really trying to just keep Super Oxide occupied. Most of the military, though, he's got a couple nests of bees just out here doing things. Cookie is probably going to be able to take out Patty on his own. Yeah, not looking good. Maybe like one Treb will kind of go down, but either way, all the keeps that have been protecting Patty's landmarks are out. Yeah, these knights are just going to raise things down. Patty's not going to be able to recover with enough military to do anything. He has a military of 22. Not looking good. He's queuing up. He has no resources. He's queuing up elite archers right now because he's so low. Hopefully these culverins will get a few good hits, but either way, now that the knights have spotted them, they're going to be burned down rather quickly, and the Trebs are going to be allowed to take down all the landmarks. These Trebs need to do, like, I don't know. Let's see what Cookie has actually spotted out. So he hasn't spotted the Regnant's Cathedral just yet. Villagers getting pulled, trying to take down a few of these trebuchets. The only thing is that Cookie has the ego to probably send in a little bit more military if he wanted. He's got tons of food. Tons of food. Ribaldequin's trying to take down a few houses. Patty is now down to a population of 30. Oof. Cannon getting off. They actually have spotted the Regnant's Cathedral, so the military's just waiting to be let in. They know where the Arkan Chapel is too, but they haven't taken it out yet. I think they're just waiting. It's gotten to the point too where Cookie has scouts raising things. Patty trying to build up a few spearmen, taking out this mangonel. Not looking good for Patty at all. Green is really trying to push into Super Oxide's base, meanwhile taking out both culverins with his grenadiers. He opened this up. This is where he needed to enter, but I think he's just keeping everyone super occupied right now. This is also really good for Cookie because he's pulling Super Oxide over here. Super Oxide isn't going to be able to help Patty whatsoever. Regnant's Cathedral from Patty is going down. All they need to do is take out this chapel and take out the Palace of Swabia. That's it. 2 more landmarks. Patty coming in with a group of scouts trying to do some damage on the siege. I think they might get there. Will they reach there? They're gonna reach it. They're gonna reach it. They're gonna take out the bombard. Ooh, not good. Not good for Cookie because Cookie has no wood. Disco King also doing more raising, trying to do damage on Super Oxide. The advantages for the 2 players right now are for Disco King and Cookie because the battles are going outside of their bases. Their ego is protected. They're very, very safe. Okay, finally a hit going on this chapel. I don't know why he doesn't landmark snipe completely. He just needs to landmark snipe these 2 buildings, or maybe he's saving them for last. I think he spots out, he's got some scouts, so Cookie definitely spots out the Palace of Swabia. All he's got to do is take out the Palace of Swabia, main TC, and Arkan Chapel. That's it. Perfect. All of these guys are being taken out. I don't know where Cookie's Cookie has to wait for like the wall to be taken down. he doesn't have enough siege to take down this wall. He has a cannon queued. I think the cannon's the next to come out. Yeah, this mangonel's just gonna slowly but surely try to take down this wall. Burning down the main TC. In the meantime, burning down the main TC, it looks like he's... Patty has tried to at least turn on emergency repairs for a bit. That's not gonna do much once they get through this. Wow. This is very strong. Wololo not getting Patty in a last attempt to try to convert some of Cookie's units. Definitely didn't go well. His military is down to 9, eco of 22. I think his vills are kind of just like spread out across the map, so some of those vills are still alive. Main TC going down by Cookie. Ark and Chapel going down. It looks like this wall is not going down just yet. Oh, vills are being spawned. Patty's spawning vills. I think he's gonna try to repair the wall.
Ja, bin bereit zu ein Befehlchen.
Cookie's really got to get a bombard over there. I think there no bombards over yet. Oh, there's a couple bombards. Cookie has a couple bombards down here that he needs to send up north. That's the only way he's gonna get through this, because this is taking forever for the mangonel to get through this wall. Either way, Patty's just hanging on by a thread. He's hanging on by this wall. This is what has saved him. The fact that he took out the trebs and the bombards, and this wall has just still existed. The last one is going to be going down in a couple seconds. There's the bombard. It's made its way over. The villagers trying to be pulled last minute to repair this wall. Not going to be very much help when a mangonel is shooting down on them. They're going to die right here with these hits. Well, 2 health. I guess 3 hits from the mangonels. And it looks like Patty is about to die. And also Super Oxide is not looking too hot either, as Disco King's pushing into blue space. Cookie is made his way into the base of Patty almost fully. I want to see them go down. It looks like Sacred Site has also been captured by Super Oxide. Just as a, hey, buddy. They can't get through this. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. They're trying to get through this like last tiny bit of wall that he's sort of repaired. There they go. There they go. Palace of Swabia being taken out by Cookie. Cookie has single-handedly taken out Patty. Patty tried to survive as long as they could. Even using to the last emergency repair. It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help, especially since Super Oxide is very preoccupied by Disco King on the bottom corner. And finally, the Palace of Swabia has been on fire, and Patty is taken out by Cookie, the not so sweet Cookie. Wow. 3 players remaining. 3 players remaining. 4 points are going to go to Cookie for that. Cookie making his way over. Is he going to try to go into... I don't know if he's going to try to go into Super Oxide space. It looks like all the military is being pulled back into Disco King's. Disco King built a wonder. He's got 11 minutes left on the wonder. Disco's definitely... I see this playing out very, very well for Disco. Even though it's exposed, it is exposed. Honestly, what I would do if I was Disco. Disco also has literally no stone. He's got a ton of food. I would just delete these and at least build one tower here. This is hilarious. These pagodas. Just chilling. His military is being pulled back. He's trying to be defensive. Super Oxide on the way. Let's see what Super Oxide sees. He doesn't really know where anything is besides the Wonder. No one has actually scouted out Disco King's base. So both of Cookie and Super Oxide are pretty blind in this battle. Yeah, he does have all landmarks as well. So most landmarks are present. He doesn't have a landmark up here on this wall, but either way, these keeps are going to do a lot of protection, at least for his Spirit Way. The Imperial Palace is exposed, but it's like, you know, not that big of a deal, especially when he has keeps all here. He has a bunch of Stonewall Towers with their Spring Golem emplacements, going to be able to defend against any oncoming siege. We also see on this southern front, why is this? Oh, this is still taken over by Turnip. More keeps on the map. I think really Disco King has a lot of vision too. He has a lot of vision on all sides of his wall. Several units making for a run for it. These keeps all have, most of the keeps seem to have emplacements too. So this one's missing emplacements, but a lot of them have certain emplacements. That one Ville's still on the cliff. Yep, she is. She's a survivor, guys. She has survived the entire game. More walls being put up by Disco King. He's trying to be a little bit more defensive. On the edge of the map, though, is Super Oxide's military. He's going to try to make a push for it. It looks like a Stonewall Gate is being placed by Disco King. Disco King doesn't have a lot of stone, doesn't have any stone income. He does have trade, which will bring gold, but otherwise he's really got to defend on this side. I think Cookie also has his military just sitting at the gates. We hear the alarm going off. The one bombard from Super Oxide is going off. And also, I think he needs to get these grenadiers up on the walls right now. They need to, Super Oxide and Cookie, I look like they're teamed up right now, need to coordinate their attacks to be able to take down Disco King. If they can split up Disco King's military, that will give them both the advantage to take down that Wonder. And once that Wonder gets taken down, Disco King doesn't have a super strong eco to rebuild. Ooh, actually though, a really good wall out by Disco King. Super Oxide's military is dwindling. He's got a military down to almost the 40s right now. Cookie also trying to push from, I don't know what side. He doesn't have any siege though. No cannons coming in from Cookie. Cookie has no wood income at all. He only has food. There it goes. He did a little bit of trading. Probably going to send in a few cannons that'll make their way across the map. He has 2 cannons, but I think they're, I don't know where they are. They're not here, if that's where the cannons are. Most of the cannons aren't there. Disco King doing a really good job defending the northern side of his base, taking out the proxy base of Super Oxide really easily. Super Oxide doesn't have anything to defend, doesn't have any military to push. He's down to a military of 7. Cookie's waiting. His bombard finally coming through. This one Ville, I don't know what he's doing. One Ville also coming out. The bombard is trying to take out this tower. Meanwhile, most of Super Oxide's proxy base is taken out. Military, half the military being turned around by Disco King. Disco King's getting ready to defend this side. The Wonder Tracker, there's only 5 minutes left on the Wonder. It's going to take a while for Disco King to at least get back to that area, but also a while for Cookie and Super Oxide to push through, especially since Super Oxide now doesn't have a military. So it's really up to Cookie. Cookie, it's up to you. You have a military of 153. Where are they? Where are they? They're ready to go, but they're not inside the base yet. The time is now. Time is now. Please. It's not looking good for Cookie or Super Oxide. Both players probably going to go down to this Wonder. Yeah, they're just stalling right now. Just stalling. Because he didn't rush in, it gave enough time for Disco King to push all the way back. Push all the way back towards Cookie. So if he gets these Nest of Bees gonna do good work on these Knights, not gonna be able to get let back in. The villagers can rebuild the wall super easily. That's what it is with China. That's why China is such a strong civ, especially in these free-for-all team games, because if they're allowed to boom, they really are hard to overcome in Imperial Age when they can just keep rebuilding. He doesn't have a lot of stone though, so if they break it down enough, he can't rebuild. 4 minutes on the clock. 4 minutes on the clock. Enclave of the Empire not gonna go down. This totally reminds me of Mulan though, doesn't it? Where she like goes up the stairs. Outpost not being built. Most of this is just like, wow. I think Cookies is waiting to heal up a bit before he does the second push. He's only got 3 minutes. 3 minutes left. Cookie and Super Oxide could turn on each other. They could turn on each other to get like the extra points, like if you really wanted. Wow, another stone tower is being built by Disco King. That's going to be quickly taken down. He's ready to defend. He's got his bombards ready. Nest of Bees ready. Disco King is at pop cap. He has a military of 134. Most of the military too, if you look at the military composition of Cookie, he's got 62 scouts. So really his military composition, while he has a military of 146, it's mostly scouts. Majority of that military is scouts. It's not strong units, and those are going to be able to be burned down rather quickly by the Grenadiers, the Callous Guards, and the Nest of Bees. They're just ready, and I have to hand it to Disco King. Disco King has made a really strong funnel. There's no way for most of Cookie's military to get around. He should have really broken through the wall over here because there's a lot more open space. He's gonna have to funnel through this side. Super Oxide also getting in on the action, trying to make a push with the last of his, I think these are like mostly men-at-arms, elite men-at-arms. Ooh, also held back. They're just being funneled into a death trap. We've got 2 minutes on the clock for a Wonder defeat. This is not looking good for either Cookie or Super Oxide. There's no way they're gonna get through the wall of green. That is Disco King. Disco King has done such a good job defending, slowly building up. Like I said at the beginning of the game, he has that whole corner. Nobody let him, like everyone just let him boom. And the whole military of Cookie and Super Oxide is taken out. Military is coming through again from Cookie, trying to push one more time. Cookie's got a bunch of knights, but it's just, he's got a minute left. It's gonna take him a minute to get across the map. It's gonna take a minute for him to get across the map for sure. Disco King is very much in the lead right now as well in terms of points. Wow. These knights are kiting around, trying to do as much damage as they can, getting into the one hole that they know is open. But seriously, he has no bombards. Oh gosh. That's being repaired. Can he get through? He has one bomb. Oh no. And you know, he has the Great Wall Gatehouse. 30 seconds left on the clock. It looks like this is just the smug military, the smug army of Disco King just chilling, being like, hey, I see you, but you are not allowed in. You are not coming in. For a wonder victory with 2 players present, it's reduced. And Disco King has won with a wonder. He'll get 4 points. Match has been completed.